Hey book nerds, welcome to my channel, Book Nerd. My name is Denise, and if this is your first time to my channel, again, welcome. Please don't be a stranger. Make sure to hit that subscribe button as well as notifications so that you can be notified when I upload new videos. And if you have been to, if you are a subscriber, have visited the channel before, thank you for coming back. Welcome back. I appreciate you being here. So today what I'm going to be going over is the books that I read in January. January proved to be a good reading month because I enjoyed the books that I read, but I only read 2 books. And I don't say that I'm not beating myself up too much because I'm happy I read the 2, but I know there are others that do, read a whole bunch more than myself. But I warned everybody when I first made the channel, I'm not one that particularly not all the time reads a whole bunch of books a month. So very much kind of I savor the books, kind of a slower reader, but nonetheless, I'm a reader. So I hope you enjoy what I'm about to share. The first book that I read was The Housemaid, and this book is by the well-known Frida McFadden. And so I read this book and I gave it about 4.5 stars. I loved it. I think it's an excellent thriller. I can't wait to read more of Frida McFadden's books. I see the hype. It's a quick read. I think I read this book in a few days. So I went through this fast and it was awesome. I gave it 4.5 stars because I just felt like maybe some of the middle could have been cut out, like all the crazy antics that were taking place. Maybe we could have had less of those and got more to why they were happening. But other than that, that was just my opinion. The writing is excellent. It was excellent. That's just my little humble opinion about it. So anyway, this book is about Millie. And Millie is, she's like an ex-con. And so she was looking for work and she found work as a maid. Of course, the work wasn't coming easy for Millie because of her record. She got a job as a maid with the family and with this family. The wife's name was or is Nina, and the husband's name is Andrew, and they have a little girl named Cece. And so she works for them, and Nina just starts acting very bizarre, a lot of bizarre and abusive behavior towards Millie. And Millie is trying to hang on to that job because she needs it so she won't go back to prison. And so she's going through a lot with that. Andrew seems like a saint. The little girl acts a lot like the mom, like Nina. Pretty soon you're just wondering, why is this happening? What is going on? And Frida McFadden doesn't disappoint in making an awesome ending and twist to this book. So you got to read it. It's good. She's an excellent author to make you keep turning the page because the whole time you're reading, you're like, what's going to happen next? Why is this happening? Who is really behind all the mess? And nothing really is as it seems in the book. So I highly suggest this book. And if you want to watch a spoiler video where I talk about this in detail, please watch my video about The Housemaid and my review and discussion on it. And again, it's a spoiler video. So if you have already read it, please jump on, read it. Not read it, but read the book. And then watch the video and let's discuss it. I want to know your take on it, how you felt, your description on it as well. So the next book that I have is called The Wishing Game. And this book was also awesome. One thing that drew me to the book is that the cover is so beautiful. And of course it has books on it, so it caught my attention. And not only are they books, but it's nice, pretty colors and all of that. So I was really interested in that. And again, the title kind of caught me, The Wishing Game. So what is this about? It is a contemporary fiction. And I'm sorry, for those that don't know, and I know many of you know, Frida McFadden is a thriller writer, so this is a thriller. But The Wishing Game, it is contemporary fiction. It's something that I don't read. I read contemporary fiction, but this type of contemporary fiction, I don't read often. So I would kind of put this into the category of, and not near as in depth or deep as The Alchemist, but something like that. So this book almost has kind of a magical fantasy feel, although it's not magical or fantasy. It also has the feel of a children's book, but yet it's an adult book. And the author does this beautifully. So it's not like it's just weird and you're not going to like it. And it's like they don't know what they're doing or what they're trying to write. It's like this author is brilliant. They knew how to combine all of these elements and make you almost have in some moments like this childlike feel while you're reading it. But anyway, what it's about is Lucy. Lucy is a preschool, no, yeah, she's a kindergarten teacher's aide. And so Lucy's living in California, and Lucy's not making a lot of money. And you know, in California, when you're not making a lot of money, even if you're making a lot of money, it's still hard. So she's struggling financially. However, there is a student at her school named Christopher who she just loves, and he has really attached himself to her. He has had some tragedy in his life. He's in a foster home, and he's really attached to her, and he wants her to be his mom, and she is just longing to be his mom. So she can't do it. She's trying to at least be a foster parent. She doesn't have enough money. So what happens is there's these popular books. It almost reminds me of a Harry Potter series, except a lot longer. But there's this popular book series called The Clock Island Adventures or something like that. And it's by this author. And so he's been making these books for years and children just love them. Lucy read them when she was young, and now she shared them with Christopher, and he loves them as well. Well, a lot of children find the books just to be inspiring and magical and all of that. And so they just really have this love for the books. However, the author drops off for a long time and doesn't write any more books. And everybody's kind of wondering what's happened to him. Why hasn't he written any more books? And then all of a sudden he announces after years that he's writing another book. But in order for someone to get the only copy that he's going to make, they have to participate in a contest. And so the contest is very limited to who can be in it. So like there's only 3 contestants that he's going to choose, and there's a certain way that he chooses them. And so they, get to be part of this contest to read that one copy that they can then do whatever they want. They can sell it. They can keep it, whatever. But of course, if they sell it, they're going to get a lot of money because it's only one copy, and somebody may want to publish it or do whatever, they want. So Lucy enters this contest. And so her goal is to enter this contest so that she can get enough money to adopt Christopher. Now, when I tell you this book, some people complained about it. They said it's too syrupy sweet. I like the sweetness. Good. I mean, if we don't need anything in this world right now, we need some sweetness and some hope and some magic and all of that. So it's very much some parts of it are very much fairy tale like. And if you read the book, you'll know. But it's a beautiful book. There are some trigger warnings in this book. So I would encourage you to look them up because there are some, but it just comes together very well, but it doesn't quite come together like you think it will. So I do like that. I do like some of the twists, even the twist. I don't want to say that, but there's even a twist with Lucy. So, I'll just say that there's a twist with Lucy, and I'll just leave it there. I encourage you to read this book. It's not a book I typically would pick up, but I saw many good reviews about it, and so mostly good reviews about it. I like the cover. I like the way it sounded. It sounded like something I needed to just sit back and relax and read and just get lost in, and that's what I did. Now, because this is a different book for me, it took me a long time to read this book. That's why I only read 2 books this month. So it wasn't because I didn't like it. I just think it took me longer to absorb it, if that makes sense. So if anybody can relate, let me know when you read a book that you like, but it's different, so it takes you a little longer. But that's it. So I read The Housemaid by Frida McFadden. I read The Wishing Game, and the author is Meg Schaffer. And those are the books that I read for January. Stay tuned because I'm about to share my anticipated reads for February, which I think you're going to love. It's all going to be all about the Blackness because I'm celebrating Black History, although Black History is all year, but I'm just going to do a little extra special something for February, so stay tuned for that. I hope you all have a great day, be blessed, and be book nerdy.